What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about a fragrance from the line of Carolina Herrera. I've been itching to get my hands on this fragrance for quite a while, and we finally have it. So strap up, get your bev, get your snacks. We're going in. Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the evening. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate all the new subscribers and new traffic coming to the channel. Listen, man, we drop content all the time. So if you're into fragrance, interested in listening to not only my fragrance journey, but all the resources, tricks, tips, and insight I've picked up along my journey, approaching roughly 250, 300 fragrances at this point, definitely sign up. It's free. The content is free. Everything we do is free, even down to the giveaways. Again, from the line of Carolina Herrera, we have Bad Boy Cobalt Parfum Electrique. And this should be a goodie. I have no prior experience with this fragrance. However, I'm very familiar with it visually. I've seen this fragrance a lot in retailers, and it's a popular fragrance from my knowledge. I haven't heard a lot of talk about it, so this take on it is somebody who's never smelled anything from the Carolina Herrera line. Certainly heard a lot about it, but first time putting my nose to this fragrance house and seeing what they can put together. Again, this is the Cobalt version, blue. This is a very good fragrance right off the bat. Let me just say that I can definitely tell the projection and sillage is smooth. It's nice. It's not insane, but it's there. Performance easily 6 to 8 hours. I can tell. There's good density to the fragrance. It's dense, but also has an aromaticness to it. Very aromatic, very up in the air, floating around, light and crisp, but like super pronounced. That's the kind of the key. You want a fragrance that's pungent in there, but it's not forcing its way into the room. You want to be seen and then smelled, if that makes sense. And I think this fragrance has a perfect ability of grabbing attention while not forcing itself upon whatever environment that you guys are in. It's got a blueness to it, definitely like true aromatic blue, green. It's fruity, spicy. It's got a lot of different things going on. It's earthy. It's floral. What would I liken something like this to? This is, it's got the tiniest elements in terms of the freshness of like an Invictus Aqua. It has kind of like some of the sweet bubblegumminess of Valentino Uomo Born Aroma. It's got some of the like spicy elements of like a Jimmy Choo Man. It's just really nice. It's almost even got some herbalness to it, almost like this, it opens the nostrils to just like this freshness. I'm really interested to see what You got to love the ads on Fragrantica. Let's go ahead and go over to the window, speaking of, and take a look at the note profile. I'm really interested to see what we have. Okay, it's interesting because if I look at this little Bad Boy Carolina Herrera sample, if you guys can see on the bottom corner here, it says that top notes are pink pepper, geranium, mid, lavender plum, bottom truffle, and vetiver, which some of those are here, but I think the ordering might be a little bit off on this sheet, or maybe things have changed in a formulation or two. When did this fragrance come out? Launched in 2022. So I think there might just be a little bit of ambiguity in the notes, because when I look at the note profile here, it's got most of it, but some of it's missing. So in terms of the order pairing or the actual top to bottom. So top notes on Fragrantica, we have lavender and pink pepper. I certainly get freshness. I certainly get floral. I certainly get smooth, spicy. In the mid, that plum and geranium I think is very pronounced, very forward. And just in the back, just as some substance, some girth, some sophistication, we have this kind of array of woods and truffle. The vetiver, I love that because it sophisticates the fragrance. It adds some class. It adds some maturity, puts some age and chest hair on the fragrance. Cedar, usual suspect. Truffle. Truffle can come in many shapes and sizes and palettes, in terms of like what you're actually smelling. So I'm not going to cap here and act like I know the distinct note of truffle here, but I definitely notice sophistication, and the blend is very smooth. I get oak as well, oak, cedar, vetiver for sure. I don't know what the truffle is doing, but whatever it's doing, I really like it. I think that plum note really separates it from everything else. It adds to this kind of like dark, mysterious, but sexy tinge to this very floral freshness. It's just sitting right in the pocket and providing something different to a kind of blue fragrance where it's dense and it kind of is hybrid. You know, it's fresh aromatic blue, but then it's also dense, spicy, sweet, fruity, woody, if that makes sense. Let's go through the usual kind of information that you guys are looking for as far as checklists are concerned. You can get this fragrance for around, just checking out Joma. Joma's only showing a travel spray. Let's get out of this and check Amazon maybe. Okay. So you can get fragrances like this from the line. I'm seeing 1.7 ounce for 85. So, you know, your 50 mLs for around the $80 price point, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a solid fragrance. It's quality. I think it does have some signature to it. I think this is an ageless fragrance, you know, teenager to, you know, adult, super adult. Again, I love that play on like sweet, seductive date night, but then it's got that freshness. So I think it could probably lean deeply into casual. So like not super casual, like little upscale casual to about semi-formal occasions. Where would I wear this? Absolutely date night. Anything semi-serious where you would kind of upscale, you know, a restaurant, a theater, a bar, a club, you know, college campus even. I think it's cold weather dominant, but again, because it's got that hybrid component, it leans towards any season, any reason. I don't think this would shine really well in super hot weather, but if it's nice out, if there's aeration anywhere, you know, a fan, wind, you know, light wind, gust of air, beach, beach, that kind of seems, you know, you're not going to go for kind of this seductive, even though it's aqua, it's still got that seductive, spicy sweetness. I don't quite know if it's beach, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe beach at night. You know what I'm saying? That would be a ill vibe for this. Projection and longevity, I think you're touching like 6 to 8 hours of performance. If I look here on Fragrantica, the commentary is that, it's average performance, you know, so about that 6 to 8 marker. I think the projection is nice. There's probably more projection than sillage. You're not really scent trailing crazy. You might be lucky to get about 4 to 6 feet of initial projection for a couple hours, and then it's just going to be there and nice, but it's not going to travel as much after probably about 2-3 hours. I like this fragrance. It's grabbing from a lot of different areas. You know what I'm saying? It's grabbing from Uoma, Born in Roma, you know, Valentino. It's grabbing from Invictus Aqua. It's grabbing from Jimmy Choo Man, maybe even Jimmy Choo Man Blue. It's nice. I like fragrances that kind of grab elements from different stuff and create a twist that allows a fragrance that typically would only be for one scenario to be worn in multiple scenarios. You know, Jimmy Choo Man can only go for very serious date night and upscale semi-formal occasions. You know, Victus Aqua, fresh, versatile, but can't go super duper serious in my opinion. Valentino Uomo is kind of more playful than anything because it's bubblegummy. It's overly sweet. So this kind of, again, it can give you some spectrum, give you multiple use case. And the formulation is very nice. Nothing really synthetic. Even though you get all those individual notes, you still get this very sophisticated blast of masculinity that is seemingly simple, but you get all the nuance in its simplicity, and that's what you want, this kind of counterbalance of sweet, earthy, sophisticated, aromatic, spicy. It's dealing with, you know, simple elements, but tying them together so nicely. Again, let me know in the comments, guys, if you've had this fragrance. This is Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy Cobalt Eau de Parfum Electrique. And it's really nice. I'm really digging the sample. I might have to get like a travel spray of this because this, even though I have a lot of fragrance reminiscent of this, including all the fragrances I said this is pulling from, I have in my collection. When I want to kind of be more versatile and dynamic and tie it all together, this is nice. I feel like it walks the perfect line between not going overly sweet, not being too playful, not being so serious and seductive sweet. It's got that freshness to it, so it's got more use case. But then it's got this dark overtone. I would call it like a fresh, dark, seductive fragrance. It's like, it's not blue, it's dark blue, for lack of better terms. Nightlife, anything nightlife, I feel. Let me know again in the comments if you guys have tried this fragrance, if you have this fragrance, what you liken it to, where you wear it when you wear it, and all that jazz. I think as a fragrance, I'm giving this about an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. It's certainly above average. It has a little bit of signature. It doesn't have so much like star power in terms of uniqueness because it's pulling from so much familiarity, but it's certainly way above average. I would even say it's 8, almost creeping into the 9 category for me. So that's something I think you should pick up. It's worth putting your nose to. Is it blind buy worthy? If you like sweet, spicy blue, you like what you hear when you hear that combination, I think it's absolutely warrants at bare minimum a sample, but I think you could easily blind buy a travel spray or a 50 ml. I wouldn't go into the 100 with this category just because I feel like you would want to add some versatility to your collection rather than wear this all the time. But if you have less than 5 fragrances and you don't really have a distinct date night category fragrance that can also lean into somewhat casual, into semi-formal, this could definitely be a signature fragrance for somebody with a small collection that wants to be able to have a lot of use case. This is going to get you in the door in a lot of different conversations and vibes. This is the Scent Bubble, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. More importantly, turn on your notification bells as we're dropping content all the freaking time, and I appreciate all the interactions. I do talk back. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed week. Until next time, peace.